Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. I want to talk to you about four primary things today. The first one is a couple of updates from Yemen. The second one is Gaza and recent stats from Gaza. The third thing is a quick update from Lebanon. And then I want to talk about an article that was written by Levy, the Israeli writer and columnist in Haaretz mostly, and the recent protests in Israel. I'm going to start off with Yemen. So it's not looking like it's going anywhere with regards to the Houthis. Today they announced that they targeted with 37 UAVs multiple American warships. It's coming at the same time that they published images of the sunken ship Ruby Mar, which belongs to the UK. Obviously the UK is supporting this genocide coalition, participating in it, to continue the lifeline for the genocide state. Which leads me to the West Bank, actually, in Gaza. The West Bank, we've seen more resistance activities. We've had a trap yesterday in Homish settlement. We had another one in the same area today. The government office in Gaza, they released some very harsh stats when it comes to the casualties. Now, we all know that it's been devastating with regards to casualties in Gaza, but today they said 110,000 casualties are killed or injured in this war, and 120,000 families in Gaza are facing starvation. Now, this is a shocking statistic, really. I mean, the level of starvation in Gaza is beyond comprehension, and people are literally dying because of starvation. In terms of resistance, we continued to have activities in Hamad city. Now, this is a neighborhood in one of the northern parts of Gaza that has seen two massive traps in the past few days with regards to Israel. And Israel is saying that they're still looking for a Sinwar in Khan Yunis. Now, 3 months ago, they said that they found his shoe. Wasn't that enough to find his shoe? And the war. They're not talking about demolishing Hamas anymore. They're not talking about not having a threat from Gaza. They're looking for Yahya Sinwar again. And what people fail to understand here is that these statements from Israel are purely for domestic purposes, really. I mean, when you talk about Hamas as a movement, you're not talking about an organization that relies on leaders. It's an hierarchy, yes, in terms of organization, but it's an ideology, it's an idea, really. And whenever Israel killed some of the most senior leaders, really, with Hamas, that did not affect the continuation of the resistance or the movement or their growth and persistence, even when it comes to their spiritual leader, some of their main leaders in the early 2000s. That did not stop them, but made them more determined. And the level of destruction and killing that Israel is committing in this genocide is creating even more people who are more keen on the path of resistance, because they know what Israel is about. So you're just talking about empty statements, really, for domestic purposes only. And Israel is struggling militarily even with the supply lines. So one of their brigades was sent to a central location in Gaza to ensure the supply lines are, protected. However, they cannot even protect this brigade that's supposed to continue the supply chain for the Israeli army. And this is coming at the same time that Al-Qassam brigades, they released today that a further 4 Israelis were killed. Israelis held by Hamas in Gaza due to Israeli strikes. You're talking about way over 80 Israeli prisoners killed in Gaza due to Israeli bombardment. And again, we repeat, if this supposed campaign, the genocide, is to save the Israeli hostages, prisoners. Why are they continuing to bomb places without any regard to these people? And people need to remember, 50 Israeli prisoners in Gaza were killed in the first month. This initial bombardment that happened in the first month in Gaza killed 50 of them back then, but then they killed over 30 as well, and many of them caused outrage with the families of those people, especially the targeted assassinations where Israel tried to kill some of Al-Qassam leaders, and then they also killed some of their soldiers with gas bombs, knowing that they were there. Now they're doing it to supposedly lower the price that they have to pay when it comes to prisoners. But even Al-Qassam, they sent them a message. They told them that even if we have one, we will ask for all of our prisoners if you continue to kill your own prisoners. It came at the same time that we had more intense activity from Lebanon. Hezbollah targeted approximately 6 bases today, all across the borders with Israel. And Israel also had a couple of strikes in Lebanon, and one of them had 5 civilian casualties. It's not the first time that Israel directly targets civilian locations in Lebanon. The other thing that I want to talk about is Gideon Levy. Gideon Levy, some of you might know him. He is an Israeli analyst and writer. He comes on mainstream media some of the time as well. He published an article saying that nothing has been accomplished from Israel's war on Gaza. And he was asking, are we safer? Are we more liked? Are we more united? Are we more of anything? And the answer was no. No for nothing. We're worse in all of these aspects. When it comes to safety, when it comes to international relations, we're becoming less democratic, and the damage that we've done so far is irreparable. I mean, even if we withdraw from Gaza, obviously that's a brief of some of the things that he said, the damage internationally is unprecedented, and half of the country is not a safe place to be in, which really sums up the actual situation when it comes to Israel, especially with the frustration of the families of the prisoners who are in Gaza that can be released. Hamas told them from day one, we're happy to commit a prisoner exchange deal immediately in the first week of the war. But Israel obviously was keen on this genocide campaign that was pre-planned. And these were the main things that I wanted to talk to you about today. As usual, I hope I added some beneficial information for you, and I'll see you soon in the next video. Take care.